Hello everybody, my name is Wendy Keys Turnbull and I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And this is my weekly Wednesday Night Live with Wendy. And let me just get my computer set up here so I can see what I'm showing you. There I am. Turn the sound off so you don't get echoes. There we go. Okay. So, hang on, my husband's giving me ice cream. Okay.
I'm a good guy, I know.
Okay. Sorry? Okay. My mouth's not full anymore. He knows how much I love Moose Tracks, so he always brings me a little fudge ripple with a peanut butter cup in it. Okay. So, this is what I'm talking about, an invisible Z fold card. This is the card. I'm using Meandering Meadows paper, and I have it so it will line up, but I did put a little frame under this one. So there is no good card for this. Healing, rest, and peace, or peace and rest, sorry. Hi, Kathy. So this is what I'm going to be working on. You'll see that this is the whole card. There's no flip, but you could take a card base like this, and you could hook it right on there. And then, instead of putting healing, rest, and peace in here, you could put it in here, and you could make this a gift card holder in the middle here. So we may do that on a different one here. So let's get started here. Okay. So this, as I said, was the Meandering Meadows paper, one of those beautiful papers that Stampin' Up! Has. And I am going to use one of the Thoughtful Journey papers, either this one or this one. So it looks like there's 4 of you on right now. So if you would tell me you would prefer 1 or 2. So 1 is with the trees, 2 is with the flowers, the thistles. Hi, Sherry. So I'm going to wait and see what you guys think, because I like to do things that you like to see. I am going to add this to the front of this while I'm waiting for your results. 2, 1. So I have got 1 of each so far. Three people watching now. Lori says 1. Okay, so I've got 2 for 1 and 1 for 2. So we're going to go with 1 with the trees. All right, let me just get this on here. Whoops. Well, that was good. Oh, well. All right, so I'm going to put this on here. And I did case this from someplace else. I don't remember which it was, but it was probably Jessica McGuire or Jennifer McGuire, because I look at hers so much. So, okay. All right, we're going to use 1. Okay. That's okay, Kathy. All right, so I'm going to use 1. I'm going to use that. That's not quite the right size. I've got to check my sizes there. I'm going to use Mossy Meadow as the background. I'm going to use Old Olive as the mat on the middle piece. So these should be 5.5 by 4 1/4, your typical half of a card size. So let's see what we've got here. Of course, my paper is all, I'm going to do it off here. That is 5.5. It's a tiny bit, a tiny skosh over 5.5. 5 1/4. Okay, so this should be 4 1/4 by 5 1/8. And it's a skosh over 4 1/4. So let me fix that. 4 1/4. Oh, no, it looks like it's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. 5 1/8. Yep. All right. 5 1/2. That's a little over 5 1/2, but that's okay. And 4 1/4. Oh, I know why. 4 1/4. I want this to be 4 1/8. Silly me. Let's go take it off of this end this time. 4 1/8. Okay, that's better. And actually I'm going to make the middle one even smaller after I cut it. Okay, so we've got our 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. Hi, Debbie. And we're going to cut 1 1/4 inches off of each side of this. Let me just make sure that I'm telling you right. Nope. It says 1 3/4. I'm going to cut 1 3/4 off of each end of this, and I'm going to have 2 5/8 in the center. So 1 3/4. That's not right. I can tell already by looking at it. You know, I did this earlier. Let me measure this one. And I had it right. 1 1/4. Just wrote it down wrong. Get back up here. Okay, 1 1/4 here, 1 1/4 here. There we go. So this one should be 2 5/8. And it's not quite 2 5/8. Oh, actually, you know what? It needs to be a little bit smaller because I'm going to put the thingy around it. This is right. Okay. All right, so we've got our 3 pieces. Oh, I'm going to need that to score my other piece. So you need another piece. So this is going to be our base. And these are going to go here. These 2 are going to go on either side here. And this is going to go in the middle, but on top of our Z-fold. So I need another piece. I'm going to use, I think I'll use a blue. I need another 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. Make sure, got my 4 1/4, my 5 1/2. I'm going to score it. Half of 5 1/2 is 2 3/4. So to make a small card, we would score it at 2 3/4. You see, if you fold it in half, you have a half. Then we're going to score this. We're going to do another half here, and that is 1 3/8. 1 and 1, 2 3/8. All right. And there we have our Z-fold. Oh, I should have showed you that on this. Here's the Z-fold right here. So, okay, let me set this aside. I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to pick out a stamp set. I definitely want to do birthday because, like I said, I always need birthday cards, especially since I send out birthday cards for church. Okay, so what's going to happen now? I'm going to put these on here first. So let me just use my glue. It's going to be a little quicker, I think. Except I should be using the fine tip glue because this one comes out so thick. All right, I'm just going to use it. Put a tiny little 1/16 inch border here. And it's a lot of glue. There's that side. And on this side, we'll do the same thing. Tiny little 1/16 of an inch border. Here we go. Okay. It's a little crooked there. That's a little better. Okay, and then this is going to be centered right in between them. So, you know, I think I would prefer this. Well, no, because this guy's going to be on there anyhow, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this. This is probably the quickest. Whoops. Now I got glue on my grid paper. Okay. I use glue because I want to be able to move it around until it's centered just the way I want it. So this is 4 1/4 because it's going top to bottom. I want it to be right even with the backdrop there. And good thing I used glue. And it looks like it's a little bit longer. That's okay. I can trim that later. All right. Now, behind this, do I want to use Old Olive? Put that there. Yeah, I think I do, but let me see what it looks like with the boho blue behind it. That's the wrong size. Boho blue. Oh yeah, I definitely want to put the Old Olive. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to use tape for this. That's a really full bottle of glue. I must have just opened a new one. Okay, nope, this one. All right, and that's going to go here again with a tiny little border around it. All right, and then this is going right here, but I want to be careful where it goes, where the glue goes on here. So I'm going to use this to put glue on here. I'm only going to put it on this part. Much better using the fine tip glue bottle. Got to put some more Tombow in it. It's running out here. Good enough, I think. All right, and we're going to take this and we're going to put it right here on the very edge. We're going to close it up like that. And there you have it. You see our trees line up on both sides. So we've got this. And we can put something in there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a gift card holder on there. So let me see here. We could use this, we could use that, or we could use this because there's gold on there too. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use the wild wheat, but you need it to be a little bit smaller. So take my trimmer. I'm going to make it a tiny bit thinner. And then we are also going to make it shorter. We're going to, let's do 1 3/4 inches. Okay. And then I'm going to take the smallest circle punch I have, which is 1 3/4, which is still a bit big for what I want, but we don't have a smaller one. So I'm just going to cut a tiny little half circle out of there, although it's not really going to matter because it's going to tuck in the long. Okay, so this is going to go on here, and we're only going to do the outside edges because we want to be able to slip a card in it. I am going to use tear and tape. Let's see, you know what? I don't have a card here anywhere to try. I have a business card that's going to have to do. So, all right. So, okay. So put this right against the edge. If I had the 1/8 inch that was in a former paper pumpkin, and we used that 1/8 inch on one of our Christmas cards, that would probably be ideal for this. I do have Barb Stevenson's 1/8 inch, but I have it put away to give back to her because we're done with it. So not fair to me for me to keep it, and that will fit. And I do think that they are a little bit smaller than that anyhow. So, all right, let's take that off. Hi, Beth. I saw that you just answered me. I'll look at it when I'm done here, Beth. All right, and this is going to go right here. And if I can find a stamp that says something about a gift, I'll put that here. Now I'm going to put this on a card, and I am going to put it on, I think I'm going to put it on an Old Olive card. I could put it on Wild Wheat. I could put it on Old Olive. I could put it on Fresh Freesia or Blackberry Bliss. I think Old Olive is going to look the best. So let me grab that. It's right here behind me. And actually, I could do the long way so it opens sideways, but I kind of prefer it to open. No, you know what? I am going to do that because then it's going to open the same way that the Z fold opens. So that'll be kind of good. Okay. A gift hard holder? A gift hard holder. Perfect. Just like your mom used to say, a boni on my yachtsis, Deb. I love it. Okay. I am moving out of the way here. Let me go back here. All right, and somewhere there it is. Put that down, and we're gonna just put this on here. And I don't want it to be smaller than that, but if I did want it to be smaller than that, I could certainly trim it down and have a little border showing. Let's use tape. Could have just put the tape on the front of the card, but I'm so used to putting it on the thing that I'm taping onto something. Okay, and I'm going to stand it up like this to make sure that I get it on there just right. Since it's tape and I only get one chance. Okay. Oh, I got stuff everywhere here, you guys. Okay, let me just grab a gift or a stamp set. I am frozen on my screen, but I imagine, oh, there it goes. I could imagine you were probably seeing me fine. Okay, let me just grab one, hang on. Oh, let's see here. What do I like, what do I like? That's good. Okay. So I'm going to use this Happiest Day set. Let's move that lamp away. Because I like the sayings in it. So I am going to do, let's see. I'm going to put this on the inside. So let's just do a You're the Best here. And let's see what I've got for punches because it's easier than digging out something to. I really would like to do a banner as opposed to a circle. Okay. It's kind of big. You know what? Let's just use this. Let me find a. I'm going to go with a white. No, maybe a basic beige. Or white. I like the white better. It's sharper, so actually I can use a smaller piece here. Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm going to put thinking of you today and every day on the outside. And I'm going to actually get a smaller piece because I don't need something that thick. And I'm sure I have many smaller pieces here. I don't know, will that fit? It sure will. I don't want to take up too much of the beautiful front. So make it as small as possible. So, okay, I am going to use Mossy Meadow. No, I'm not, because it's in a case for this weekend. I am going to use, let's use Blackberry Bliss. Because these flowers are Blackberry Bliss, even though they look lighter than Blackberry Bliss. There's no other color they could be that's listed. So, oh wow, the U and the Y are quite thick. That's okay. Looks all right to me. It's not perfect. I'm going to flip it over and try it again, just for the fun of it. Keep forgetting that I inked all these ink pads up before my Christmas card event. Oh, that's much better. Okay. And then we will cut this end off. And that's a little crooked cut, but that's okay. I like this one better. I can get it in there. There we go. I like to use my punches upside down so I can see exactly what I'm cutting. I want to make sure that I'm cutting this even, which means I'm going to leave that a little bit like that. There we go. All right. It is easy. It's very easy, Sherry. Yes. Ah, man. It's got my thumb in it, and actually I think it's too long anyhow. I'm going to make it even shorter because, like I said, I don't want to take up too much of the card front with it. Make sure I don't have anything else on my fingers. Let's try this again. Now this is going to be super short, so I might have to, yep. So what I do for this is I grab a nice skinny piece here. This looks like a good one. Oh, it's short. That's too small. I wonder why that's in there. Well, we'll just use this fat one. I put a tiny little piece of Stampin' Seal. Not Stampin' Seal Plus, that sticks too well, but a tiny little piece of Stampin' Seal. Put this guy on the end of it like so, and then I can put it in here. You were taught by the best, Beth. What can I tell you? Okay, and here, we'll do the same thing on the other side. Make sure that I get it. Come on, get in there. There we go. Don't want to get the letters. I see them there. There we go. Okay. Thinking of you today and every day. And now we can move this aside. And of course I want to put something, a nice sheer ribbon under it. Or do I? Do I want to put a sheer ribbon under it, or do I want to put a full ribbon under it? I want to put, I'm looking at the ribbons that I have hanging up here to see what will coordinate, and I actually think the best thing would be the sheer ribbon. So let's get a piece of that. Here we go. It's a little bit wider than the, where'd it go? There it is. It's a little bit wider than this. So that's all right. It's going to look good. So I'm just going to run a strip here. I'm going to put the ribbon on. There's a sticky spot on this ribbon. Oh, it's the tape that I tried to have it sealed with, but it wasn't sealed well. Okay. And then I'm just going to go, oh, those aren't my ribbon scissors. These are my ribbon scissors. Not that that would have mattered too much. And there we go. We're going to put that right there. There, it's just enough sparkle to make it stand out. I'm going to pop that. Okay. Put that right here. It's not quite centered yet. It's probably close enough. And then on the inside here, we're going to put You're the Best. You are the best. Let's get this cleaned. And I could grab another block, but I've got that block here. Why not use it? Okay. Again, I'll use the Blackberry Bliss just because it's what's out here. It's most convenient. Put it right below this. You are the best. Beautiful. All right. And then, oh, I don't know why I closed that. I'm going to use it again, but oh well. All right. And on the inside of the card, we're going to put, wishing you the happiest birthday. There. And I need to put something else in here. I think a dragonfly would be appropriate for this scene. Not that I'm going to put it on the outside. It's a little bit too cartoonish for that. You know what? Maybe I won't put anything on there because I really like how it's a little bit classy. So, wishing you the happiest birthday ever. Oh, actually, I could. Yes, this will work. One up here. One down here. Good thing it landed upside down, or right side up. Okay. There. So thinking of you today and every day, you're the best, with a spot to put a gift card, and then wishing you the happiest birthday. And then you can write whatever you want. So that is that. Okay, good idea, Bev. So, okay, let's check this out one more time. And then we're gonna open the card. And then the sample I have here. There's so many different things you could do with this too. There's no good card for this. Healing, peace, and rest. So that's really something for somebody who's been sick, been really sick, that you can send to the hospital, send a card to the hospital, and then you can write a note to them in there. So let's do one more with that other piece we have here. And this time, instead of, let's see what's on the back. Yes. Instead of doing it as a picture, we are going to use one piece for the center and then use the back for the sides. And we're going to do it right on a card base instead of on a background. So let me grab, is that boho blue? It is. Let's do a boho blue card base. Boho blue. Oops. First thing I'm going to do is score it. And then I will cut it. There we go. Here out of the way. I need it to score again, but all right. And there. So we're just going to put the pieces right on here, right on the card. And actually, I'm going to cut it down and make it have this bordered on it. So I'm going to cut it down. Let's see. I think I will cut it down 1/4 of an inch. Let's cut it off of the bottom. Let's cut 1/8 off of each, shall we? Rather than cutting it all off of the bottom. I want to keep those thistles. They're very pretty. All right, and then 1/8 from the top. Okay. All right, so now, whoops. It would help if I had this to cut the pieces out. So I'm going to make this the center piece, and these the side pieces that I'm going to use that side of. So the center piece is 4 1/4. Well, now it's 4 and 4, just 4 by 2 5/8. So you guys can see what I'm doing here. 2 5/8. So that's going to be the front, and then these are going to be 1 1/4 each. I might have to, let's see. Nope, that's perfect. Okay. All right, so here's the card. And these guys are going to go on like this. And this is going to go in the middle. So I kind of like it better like that. Probably enough. Okay. Let's see, before I do this, yes, I can put a little bit. I don't know that that's even. I guess I better go from this side. Let me do it like this. I'm going to make sure I get it right. That looks about right there. And this one on this side. Right over the edge here. I'm going to do the same thing with that one. All right. Oops. Get that tape in there. Looks about right. This is going to be in the middle on the Z fold. So I'm going to do the Z fold out of, I think I'll also do that out of boho blue. Make this complete. No, I'm going to do it out of mossy meadow. I think I like that. And let's see. Do I want to cut it down? Nope. Okay, so this is 5.5. We're going to score it. I'll do it sideways. We're going to score it at 2 3/4. 2 3/4. And then 1 3/8. I gotta open that up to see this. 1 3/8. Okay. There we go. Score it down good. All right, so that's going to go right in the middle here. I do feel like I should cut it down. I feel like it should. I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to cut it down, let's see, 1/4 inch. I just think it will look better. It'll fit in better. So 1/4 inch. This should be out. Got to cut through 3 layers there. Got it. Yeah, that's better. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and put this down. So is the picture okay for you guys? Because it does mine keeps freezing up over here. I imagine it's probably not freezing up for you, just freezing up for me, because that's what it usually does. Just thought I'd make sure. Oh, there's only 2 of you watching now. Okay, so this is going to go in the middle here. Up. And it's going to butt right up against each side. And there's tape sticking out everywhere. It's a little too messy. Okay, this is going to go on here. But I do want, it's going to leave a little green there. I do want a piece underneath it. So let's do boho blue underneath it. Or, no, you know what? That's too small, but I can grab, oh, here's another one. Let's put wild wheat because it matches with that. Just going to take 1/4 inch off of it. Great, thanks, Sherry. Okay, so that's going to go right there. This is going to go on it just with leaving a little bit on each side of it. I'm going to leave it the same height. So let's do that. Okay. So just going to leave a little bit on each side, like a 1/16 of an inch like I did on the other cards. I should have used glue. Oh well, it's close enough. All right, and we're gonna do, and you know what? I'm using tape on everything else. I might as well use tape on this too. Hopefully it'll hold. We shall see. All right, so this is gonna go right in the middle here. Like so. See, there's just so many different things you could do here. You could have the solid color in here and the flowers on each side. You could stamp something on each side, like a nice, hi Collie, that's all right. You can watch the replay. You could stamp like a flower, like a long skinny flower, floral stem on either side in like a mossy meadow. In fact, I think I will do that. I've got stuff right here that I can use for that. Which one though? That's too big. This would work. We'll use this. And I just remembered I don't have Mossy Meadow, but actually, yeah. Let me get Mossy Meadow out of my Stampin' Spots. Melon. Oh, and I don't have a Mossy Meadow in here either. That's interesting. Okay, I'll use the marker. It's better than nothing. And I won't use the, oh, yeah, there's the Mossy Meadow marker. Okay, so my block is on here somewhere. There it is. Let's get that. Which one do I want to use? Definitely that one. This one up here. Okay, I keep moving you guys out of the shot here. Okay, I'm going to put this here. Like so. I think I'm going to do it at an angle. All Mossy Meadow. I could do Mossy Meadow stems and fresh freesia or one of those for the flowers, but I want it to kind of just look like a shadow. So, whoops. Shadow. One there. And on the other side, we're going to have to do it in reverse. And the way to do that, and it's not going to be easy, is to use a silicone mat, get all the dust off of it. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ink this up again. I'm going to try and get as much ink as I possibly can on it. This one obviously won't be as dark as that one because it's going to be like second generation stamping. Okay, I'm going to stamp this on here, like so. And it's not going to be much of anything. We'll try it. And I'm going to put this down here. It's barely going to show because I just couldn't get enough ink with the marker. But there you go. That's actually not too bad. It's too bad I didn't put it a little lower, but that's okay. All right. Thanks, Kathy. Okay. Now, what shall we make this one? Shall we make it a birthday one again, or a thank you card, or what? Put that in there, and that in there. Let's get this back where it belongs. This again, if I was going to do a thank you card, I could put a gift card in here to thank somebody, and then put thank you in here. And so let's see. May this year be incredible and filled with possibilities. You mean so much to me. Actually, you mean so much to me stamped right there without being on a banner or anything. It's really all I need to do. That's cute. Trees on top of it. Okay. You mean so much to me. Right there, like so. And it's sad that I've got to use, you know what? I've got those things right behind me. Let me see if I can find my Mossy Meadow ink. Peacock. Right here. Okay. Here's my Mossy Meadow ink. All right, so let's do that. Put it right here. Maybe a little higher so that it's not all on the Mossy Meadow colored stuff. Oh, that didn't come out very good. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to put my head in the way so that I can line this up. Because I know why. Because I gotta do this. That's not gonna help much probably. But let me see if I can get this lined up. If not, I will have to use a banner. But I think I did it. Pretty darn close. You mean so much to me. And then I can just take my marker and make sure that you can see the so. There we go. There. Okay. And then I like that just with that and nothing else, just with the words right on the paper. This is really pretty. And I'm going to use some bling. And I think the best thing to do would be, this is my favorite thing to use because you can use whatever color you want on it. I'm going to use a Mossy Meadow Dark, and I'm going to use it's Blackberry Bliss here, or do we not have Blackberry? Yep, there's Blackberry Bliss. I'll use the white on that. Okay, we're going to put some of these basic rhinestone jewels on, but first we're going to color them. You have to color them with the stamping blends because they need that alcohol base in order for it to stay on there. If I colored it with the Stampin' Right marker, it would just end up coming off on your fingers. So I'm gonna do a large Blackberry Bliss on the main part of the card. And I'm gonna do two, probably more like 4 small ones. Well, there's some medium ones too. Let's do a small and a medium on each side of the card. And yes, I'm picking them right out of the middle here. That's all right. Okay. Now, rather than touch them when they probably aren't completely dry yet, I'm going to put this one, let's see, I'm going to put this one here. Okay, and then these guys are going to go up here. One here with a little one by it. And one up here with, oh, I grabbed the wrong thing. Sorry about that. Come back off of there. This one here with the little one above it. There we go. So we've got that. There should be something down there too, shouldn't there? A green one though, so it's not as obvious. Put a smaller green one down there. So it's there, but it's not really there. It's not so noticeable. Okay, there. And then on the inside, I'll just put, I'm gonna have to put another card in there because it's gonna be hard to write on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put one of these in there, but I'm gonna make it short, make it smaller. Seeing if I have a smaller one here. Probably not. So I'm gonna cut off about 1/8 of an inch here. It's easier to do it on this end. And then I'm gonna cut a little more than 1/4 inch off. I am going to cut 3/8 inch off of here. Let's see how that looks. Yes, perfect. Okay. Put that, whoops, get that tape over the edge. Oh, there's tape tape on the upper edge too. Okay. All right. And there we go. And I can put just about anything in there. I could put happy birthday in there. I could put a gift card in there. And I can put happy birthday in here. Hi, Sherry. Or I could, whatever I want to do, really. I could put a picture in there. I could cut a flower out or stamp a flower in there, anything. So let me show you the 3 of them together. So this was my sample. And then I added it to a card base. This could be the card right here without the card base under it. And you could put your sentiment in there like I did and just send it like that. You don't need to have a card base on it. Or you can add a card base to it like I did with the other 2. Thinking of you today and every day. You're the best, and a spot to put a gift card. And wishing you the happiest birthday. And then this one, you mean so much to me. You could put something in there, and then you could just write in here, happy birthday in there, and write in here, or write in there, put happy birthday in here. So it's kind of a neat way to do things. So there you have my Invisible Z fold cards. Here's your Z up here, and it's invisible when they pull it out of the envelope because it just looks like it's just a card to be opened up. And then when they get it all the way out, they'll see that it has a flap. All right, that's about all. Excuse me, that's about all I have for you today. Remember, the kit sale is almost over. Today is the 30th, so if there's a kit that you were interested in getting, please make sure that you get it tonight or tomorrow. Does it go through the 31st or the 30th? I can't remember. What else? Those of you who are coming to card class this weekend will be working with some new things that are going to be available on online exclusive on the 5th, which is Tuesday, because new things always come out on Tuesdays with Stampin' Up. So you'll be seeing some new things that you'll be able to purchase if you like them and want to. All right, guys, have a wonderful week. Happy stamping, and I will see you next week right here, or lots of you I will see this weekend at the card class. Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody, for watching.